Today, April 18th, something truly extraordinary is about to unfold. And if you're inclined to dismiss this as just another astrological transit, you're missing the profound depth of what's happening. Because what's descending isn't merely an alignment of celestial bodies, it's a cosmic portal, a sacred gateway that opens for just a few precious hours, delivering the precise answer you've been tirelessly seeking. This isn't random. This isn't subtle. This is the universe, quite literally, handing you the missing piece of a puzzle you've been wrestling with for months, perhaps even years. And here's a crucial detail that virtually no one is telling you. 3 specific zodiac signs are standing squarely at the absolute epicenter of this monumental revelation. If you happen to be one of them, today marks a complete shift in your reality. But before we dive into which signs are poised for this transformation, there's a foundational truth you need to grasp. And if you recently felt your mind shrouded in a persistent fog, struggling to fully trust what you're seeing or hearing, please keep reading. There's a very specific, astrological reason why this sensation is dominating your experience right now, and I promise to explain it later. So, stay tuned. Right now, as these words reach you, we are deep within one of the most concentrated, volatile, and profoundly transformative periods of the entire decade. The cosmic energies are no longer playing subtle games. We are immersed in an intense Aries stellium, a powerful gathering of planets all crammed into the dynamic sign of the warrior, the pioneer, the fierce initiator. And when such an immense concentration of fire energy converges in a single place, something inevitably must ignite. However, the precise ignition point, the exact moment when the breakthrough erupts, that is today, April 18th, is when Mercury, the swift planet governing the mind, communication, and mental clarity, forms a perfect sextile to Pluto, the planet of absolute truth, hidden power, and deep psychological transformation. This isn't just a casual message, this is the message that will fundamentally alter everything you know. And once you receive it, there's simply no reverting to the person you were before. The universe has meticulously been orchestrating every detail to prepare you for this very moment. Let's quickly rewind for a second, because to fully grasp the monumental significance of today, you need to understand the entire sequence of events that has led us here. This isn't merely about April 18th in isolation. This is the culmination of a carefully orchestrated cosmic setup that has been unfolding throughout the entire month. On April 9th, Mars, the planet of drive and action, boldly entered Aries. Mars is the natural ruler of Aries, meaning it's operating at its absolute full strength, full speed, and full power. Your inherent drive, your ambition, your compelling urge to take decisive action, all of it got supercharged and amplified. But then, something rather peculiar began to happen. The crystal-clear vision you anticipated didn't quite materialize. Instead, things began to feel increasingly confusing. And here's the astrological reason why. On April 14th, Mercury, your mental compass, also entered Aries. Your mind suddenly wanted to move at an accelerated pace, to think faster, speak more quickly. Yet, Mercury wasn't traversing this fiery sign alone. It was heading straight into a potent collision course with Neptune, the planet often associated with fog, illusion, idealism, and even deception. By April 16th, Mercury merged directly with Neptune at the exact same degree in Aries. And when the planet of communication meets the planet of confusion and illusion, the inevitable result is often chaos. Information becomes distorted. Messages are easily misunderstood. You might have felt a deep uncertainty, even questioning the reliability of your own thoughts. Perhaps you hesitated on a crucial decision you were about to make, or maybe someone conveyed something that simply didn't add up, leaving you wondering if they were being disingenuous or if you were simply overthinking everything. This, precisely, is the fog I referenced earlier. The reason you've been feeling mentally unclear, emotionally uncertain, or as if you're operating on incomplete information is because you genuinely were. The universe deliberately obscured the full truth for the past few days, not as a punishment, but as a calculated act of preparation. Because today, when Mercury finally breaks free from Neptune's hazy grip and locks into a perfect sextile with Pluto, that pervasive fog doesn't just lift, it utterly evaporates. And what is left standing vibrantly in front of you is the raw, unfiltered, undeniable truth. There's another crucial layer to this unfolding narrative. Yesterday, April 17th, we experienced the powerful Aries new moon. And this wasn't just any new moon. This particular lunation landed at an extreme late degree of Aries, in close proximity to Chiron, the asteroid known as the Wounded Healer. Chiron represents our deepest vulnerabilities, the very places where we feel inadequate, flawed, or as if we lack the inherent right to simply exist as our authentic selves. And when the new moon forms a conjunction with Chiron in Aries, it doesn't offer a gentle nudge, it powerfully forces a healing crisis. It's not comfortable, it's an urgent, almost desperate demand to confront the very parts of yourself you've diligently been avoiding. Perhaps yesterday you felt an inexplicable restlessness. Maybe a surge of anger for no apparent reason bubbled up. Old insecurities might have resurfaced with surprising intensity. Or perhaps you simply experienced an overwhelming, undeniable sense that something had to change, and immediately. That was the new moon meticulously doing its work, cracking you open, so that today's vital message can land precisely where it needs to. The cosmic sequence is exquisitely precise. Confusion on the 16th, a healing crisis on the 17th, and the ultimate breakthrough on the 18th. The universe never wastes a move. Everything that's been happening has been meticulously leading to this exact, pivotal moment. Today, the portal truly opens. So, what exactly can you expect to happen today? At precisely 4003 in the afternoon, Mercury at 5 degrees. Aries forms an exact sextile to Pluto at 5 degrees Aquarius. And if you're unfamiliar with what a sextile represents, allow me to clarify. A sextile is a 6-degree angle between two planets. Astrologically, it signifies an aspect of harmonious opportunity, a clear and accessible pathway, a door that stands wide open, but only if you consciously choose to walk through it. Unlike a trine, which often bestows energy passively, a sextile inherently requires you to take action. The universe is actively handing you the key, but you are still the one who must turn it. Mercury in Aries represents your mind operating at maximum speed, courage, and directness. It's the part of you that instinctively wants to speak the truth, to cut through all the noise, and get straight to the unequivocal point. Pluto in Aquarius, on the other hand, embodies the deep, structural truth often hiding beneath the surface of your relationships, your wider networks, and your long-term future goals. It represents a profound power you perhaps didn't even realize you had access to. When these two powerful energies connect today, it's akin to a high-powered laser beam cutting cleanly through a thick wall. The answer you've been tirelessly searching for, the very thing you couldn't perceive due to the Neptunian fog, suddenly becomes astonishingly crystal clear. And this isn't some vague insight or a tentative maybe. It is a definitive, life-altering truth that powerfully compels you to confront exactly where you've been lying to yourself, where you've consciously or unconsciously been giving your power away, and crucially, what you urgently need to do about it immediately. This is precisely why it's called the message that changes everything. Because once you know, you truly can't unknow. Once you see it, you can't possibly pretend you didn't. The profound information you receive today will fundamentally and irrevocably alter the trajectory of your entire life. Now, while everyone will undoubtedly feel the intense influence of this portal to some degree, There are three specific zodiac signs that are poised to receive answer, the one they've been patiently, perhaps even desperately, waiting for. And if you are one of these signs, today isn't just significant, it is truly monumental. These three signs are Aries, Gemini, and Scorpio. And the reason they are the focal points of this powerful energy is deeply embedded within the intricate astrological mechanics. Allow me to break it down specifically for each one. Aries. This entire month has been unequivocally about you. The Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron. They are all powerfully concentrated in your sign, all activating your first house of identity, self-expression, and physical presence. You are currently in the midst of being completely rebuilt from the ground up, and it hasn't been an easy process. You've been compelled to confront old wounds you genuinely believed were healed. You've been shouldering the immense weight of other people's expectations, restrictions, and subtle limitations. But today, when Mercury in your first house brilliantly sextiles Pluto in your 11th house of friendships, networks, and future aspirations, everything profoundly clicks into place. The pivotal message you receive is deeply intertwined with your social circle. It's about the people you've been surrounding yourself with, the communities you've been striving to fit into, and the overarching future you've been diligently working toward. And here's the undeniable truth that lands today. Not everyone gets to come with you on this next leg of your journey. You've been compromising your authentic self. You've been dimming your vibrant fire to make others feel more comfortable. You've been lingering in groups, friendships, or professional networks that subtly drain your energy because you mistakenly believed you still needed them. But today, Pluto unmercifully reveals the underlying power imbalances. You will see with absolute clarity exactly who has been subtly using you, who has been holding you back, and, crucially, who genuinely supports the magnificent, emerging version of you. And once you see it, you cannot possibly unsee it. The answer is strikingly clear. Cut those ties. Reclaim your precious energy. Begin to meticulously build your future around people who match your inherent fire, rather than those who seek to extinguish it. This, Aries, is your sovereign awakening, and it powerfully begins today. Gemini. Your worldview just got completely rewritten. Gemini. You are inherently ruled by Mercury, which means everything occurring with Mercury this month is impacting you on an exceptionally deep and personal level. When Mercury entered Aries on April 14th, it powerfully activated your 11th house of community, technology, and long-term aspirations. Your mind has been racing, buzzing with innovative ideas about your future trajectory, your expanding network, and your next significant steps. But today, when your ruling planet brilliantly sextiles Pluto in your 9th house of beliefs, philosophy, higher education, and publishing, you receive an instantaneous, profound cognitive download. The 9th house governs your big-picture worldview, the very lens through which you perceive and understand reality. And Pluto notoriously doesn't mess around. It goes straight to the undeniable core. The message that arrives today is inherently philosophical. It could be a potent piece of information, a life-altering conversation, or a sudden, profound realization that completely shifts the way you intellectually understand the world around you. Perhaps it's something groundbreaking you read. Maybe it's a pivotal insight a mentor shares with you. Or possibly, it's a significant legal or academic breakthrough. But whatever its form, it will unequivocally shatter an old belief system you didn't even realize was profoundly limiting you. And here's why this holds such immense significance. On April 25th, just 1 week after this powerful portal opens, Uranus, the planet of innovation and revolution, enters your sign for the very first time since 1941. You are poised to undergo a groundbreaking 7-year identity revolution. But before that can fully commence, your mind needs to be meticulously cleared of outdated philosophies and entrenched limiting beliefs. Today's message precisely prepares you for that. It grants you the mental clarity and the intellectual firepower to confidently step into the next monumental chapter of your life. You're no longer merely gathering information, Gemini. You are rapidly becoming a powerful voice of authority. And it all begins with the undeniable truth you receive today. Scorpio, you finally connect the dots between your body and your trauma. Scorpio, you are uniquely co-ruled by both Mars and Pluto, which means both of your planetary rulers are profoundly involved in the most intense transits of this entire month. Mars is currently in Aries, dynamically activating your sixth house of daily routines, health, work, and the intricate mind-body connection. Simultaneously, Pluto is powerfully in Aquarius, transforming your fourth house of home, family, ancestry, and deep emotional foundations. You've been under immense, perhaps even unbearable, pressure. Your daily life might have felt chaotic, overwhelming, or simply utterly exhausting. Perhaps you're grappling with severe burnout at work. Maybe your body has been sending you persistent signals, unexplained fatigue, tension, chronic pain that seem to lack a clear medical cause. Perhaps your established routines have completely fallen apart, leaving you at a loss as to how to effectively rebuild them. And concurrently, deep beneath the surface, Pluto has been relentlessly excavating your foundational truths. Old family dynamics are resurfacing with unexpected force. Childhood wounds are demanding your urgent attention. You might be navigating complex real estate issues, or perhaps you're just experiencing a deep, unsettling sense that something fundamental about your home life needs to radically change. Today, when Mercury in your sixth house brilliantly sextiles Pluto in your fourth house, that previously elusive connection becomes absolutely undeniable. The powerful message you receive is a profound somatic breakthrough. You finally comprehend how your persistent daily stress, your recurring physical symptoms, and your demanding work environment are all direct manifestations of unresolved ancestral trauma or deeply ingrained childhood conditioning. This isn't merely a fleeting mental insight. This is your very body, eloquently telling you the profound truth. And once you clearly see this connection, you can finally, definitively, do something powerful about it. Perhaps you realize you absolutely need to work from home to regain your balance. Maybe you understand that a specific job is inherently toxic because it inadvertently replicates a dysfunctional family dynamic you grew up in. Or perhaps you experience a groundbreaking moment in therapy that definitively links a physical symptom to a deep emotional root cause. Whatever its form, today grants you the crystal clear clarity to powerfully take your power back. You are no longer merely the victim of your circumstances, Scorpio. You are the deliberate architect of your healing journey, and that rebuilding of your foundation powerfully begins today. But here's the part nobody is telling you, the crucial follow-up that demands your attention. The message you receive today, as profoundly powerful and life-altering as it truly is, doesn't simply arrive and sit there, patiently waiting for you to process it at your leisure. No, because the cosmos has an immediate, intense follow-up plan in motion. On April 19th, less than 24 hours after the Mercury-Pluto portal bursts open, Mars, the planet of action, collides fiercely with Saturn, the planet of restriction, at the exact same degree in Aries. Mars desperately wants to move forward, to forge ahead. Saturn, however, unequivocally says no. It's an astrological sensation, akin to slamming on the brakes while your foot is still aggressively pressed on the gas pedal. Expect frustration, tangible restriction, and a formidable wall you will either have to painstakingly climb or powerfully break through. And then, on April 20th, Mercury, fresh off its profound revelation from Pluto, crashes directly into that same unyielding Saturn. And immediately after, it conjuncts Mars. This is the harsh reality check. This is where the profound truth you discovered on the 18th gets rigorously tested by the harshest teacher in the entire zodiac. Saturn cares nothing for your feelings. It cares exclusively about structure, discipline, responsibility, and the undeniable material reality. So, the sequence is undeniably brutal, yet absolutely necessary. April 16th. The pervasive fog, the confusion, the illusion. April 18th. The undeniable truth, the powerful revelation, the long-awaited answer. And April 20th, the harsh reality, the firm boundaries, the disciplined action unequivocally required to fully integrate that truth. You cannot merely know the answer, you absolutely have to live it. You have to take full responsibility for it. You have to courageously set the necessary boundaries, engage in the difficult conversations, and make the hard decisions that the truth relentlessly demands. And that, precisely, is what distinguishes the people who genuinely transform from the people who remain perpetually stuck. The portal hands you the answer, but the work, that, my friend, is entirely on you. There's something else critically important you need to understand about this unprecedented moment. This April currently has 0 retrograde planets. None. That means there is absolutely nothing slowing down the cosmic momentum. There are no delays, no convenient second chances to go back and endlessly reconsider. The universe has a definitive green light, and it is not stopping for anyone. You might have already keenly felt this phenomenon. Time feels strained, doesn't it? As if the days are accelerating too quickly, as if plans that once felt months away are suddenly right in front of you, as if you're being powerfully pushed forward, whether you feel entirely ready or not. That's not your imagination playing tricks. That is the undeniable cosmic acceleration. And it's only going to intensify after today, because once this portal opens, once the profound message lands, the momentum becomes truly unstoppable. You simply won't have the luxury of sitting with this vital information for weeks. You will be compelled to act. The people who recognize this inherent urgency, the ones who lean into the speed, who bravely trust the revelation, who take the difficult yet necessary action on April 20th. They are the ones who will powerfully level up. They're the ones who will decisively step into a completely new, elevated timeline. But the people who resist, who ignore the message, who desperately cling to old, comfortable dynamics because they are terrified of what comes next, they are going to feel like the world is rapidly moving on without them. And in a very real, profound way, it truly is. Moreover, this isn't just about your personal journey. This is global in its scope. On a collective level, this portal is poised to release information that will irrevocably shift the global narrative. Mercury governs communication, trade, media, and data. Pluto rules hidden power, espionage, sensitive secrets, and deep structural control. A powerful sextile between them in the signs of Aries, military technology, aggression, and Aquarius, the Internet, the collective, AI, decentralization, strongly suggests an impending truth bomb. Expect something to be globally revealed around April 18th that was previously hidden or obscured. It could be directly related to critical cyber infrastructure, advanced artificial intelligence, deep geopolitical secrets, or sudden, pivotal financial data that mandates immediate structural responses. The world, just like you, is about to pivot dramatically. And because the Mercury-Saturn, Mars conjunction follows immediately after, there will be harsh, restrictive, and quite possibly aggressive responses from established institutions and governments. This is undeniably a week where old narratives will crumble, and a new, undeniable reality will be forcefully put into place, whether people are ready for it or not. The aftershock. What happens next? The message you received today doesn't just affect April, It sets a definitive tone for the entire rest of the year. Because once you truly know the truth, once you've clearly seen what was hidden, you simply cannot go back to operating in the same old ways. For Aries, this is profoundly about reclaiming your true identity and meticulously building a future that is authentically aligned with your true self, not your people-pleasing self. For Gemini, this is about stepping into your newfound intellectual authority and preparing for the groundbreaking Uranus revolution that dynamically begins on April 25th. For Scorpio, this is about bravely breaking the pervasive cycle of inherited trauma and powerfully reclaiming sovereignty over your health and daily life. And for everyone else, this transformative portal is still incredibly active. The fog lifts for all of us. The fundamental difference lies in whether you are truly willing to look at what is revealed. Today, the universe is handing you the answer. The only remaining question is, what are you going to do with it? If you're still watching, I extend my heartfelt thanks for your valuable attention. If you enjoyed this content and wish to see more insightful perspectives, please consider clicking the subscribe button below. Your support is deeply appreciated and truly helps this channel grow. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comment section. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, take care and remember to subscribe for more profound and insightful content.